Yes, we are called to wade in the water, but these days I'm feeling like we're called for even more than that. We are called to dive in. Water has been a symbol in our faith of purity, new beginnings, um, and we are refreshed, renewed through the water of baptism and made a new being. And we are reminded of our baptism every day when we get up. Are we going to live the life that we have been called to live as a Christian? The water has been really calling me this week, and it's bringing back to me my childhood. I grew up on a bay overlooking, on a cliff overlooking Pensacola Bay, and this is a photograph not of the water at where I grew up, but it's Tampa Bay, and it reminded me of my home. This is a painting that was done by my daughter Florence's high school friend Hannah, and it was given to me as a Christmas gift. It is the steps going down the cliff to the beach where I spent many, many hours of my life growing up. The house was called Illawarra, which is the way it is a Australian Indigenous people's word for high place above the sea. And it was a very, very peaceful place to grow up. And it was the sound of the water and the ability to just dive into the water that renewed me, refreshed me every day. And I keep getting these images of diving headfirst into the water of my faith, that we are all called to accept the life that we have chosen to live, that we profess to believe is the right way to live, and dive right in. In the nighttime on the beach, we would see what is sometimes referred to as sea sparkles. I think its scientific name is Noctiluca scintillans. We called it phosphorus. But when you dive into the water with sea sparkles in it, all it is a type of plankton that has this luminescence when it's disturbed in the night. It's like a protection from predators. I think it's a warning to predators. And if you dive into that water in the night, open your eyes when you are skimming through the water and pushing water aside, it's glowing. It's like you are highlighted by the water, and it is the most miraculous experience. I loved swimming at night as a child for just that reason. And we would dive in and swim. We would spin around and make a circle of light around ourselves. And it was glorious. I am thinking of diving into the water where there are sea sparkles because it symbolizes for me the presence of God in our lives, always, whether we are by ourselves or with other people. God is with us, and He is encircling our lives with light. God found that the light was good, and we are called to dive in and be a light to the rest of the world and accept the light of God as it comes to us each and every day. We're having to wait right now. We don't know what's coming. We don't know when this pandemic will end. We don't all know when we're going to be vaccinated, but we are surrounded by the light of God. So let's dive in and be surrounded by the sea sparkles of our faith forever and ever. Amen.